Hey everyone, welcome back to RetroBreak and welcome to the first episode in a brand new series called Games I'm Looking Forward to. This is something that I'm planning to do going forward, maybe 2 times a year, once at the start of the year and once half the way through the year like I am doing now, to kind of give everyone an idea as to the kind of games that I'm looking forward to and the kind of games that I'm going to be playing outside of retro games. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first game here is a game called The Legend of Nayuta Boundless Trails. And I've been really excited about this game ever since it was first announced, because this actually came out back in, I think, 2012, around there anyway, on the PSP, and it looks like a really cool action game in the vein of Ys, and I really love the Ys series, so I'm really excited for this. I've got it pre-ordered for the Switch, and I can't wait to check it out. I'm going into it completely blind. I don't know anything really about the Legend of Heroes or Legend of Nayuta or anything like that. I've only played one game in the series before, and that was the original Trails in the Sky on the PSP, which I also really enjoyed, and I wish that was on the Switch. But yeah, this one's coming out soon actually, next month I think, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Maybe I'll do a first impressions or review here on the channel, so let me know in the comments below if you would like to see that video. So I'm sure you'll agree that sounds really fascinating, and I really can't wait to get my hands on it. Now next up is Sonic Superstars. This was actually a surprise announcement for me because I really didn't see Sonic Team going back to the 2D Sonic style after all the time and effort that they put into making Sonic Frontiers. But if we do continue to see these 2 different styles of Sonic game coming out, alternating kind of 3D and 2D, then I am all for it. Sonic Superstars looks fantastic. I don't really like how zoomed in the camera is. I feel like with those sort of 2.5D games you could bring the camera out a bit more. It doesn't really look like you get any more field of view compared to the Mega Drive games, but it wasn't really an issue back then, so it's probably not going to be an issue now. But that is the one thing in the trailer that I kind of picked up on as being a little bit out of place. Of course, the physics are the main thing when it comes to Sonic games, and we have been burned in the past with some 3D Sonic games trying and failing spectacularly to do that 2D kind of gameplay, so I am really pleased to see that they've absolutely nailed the physics in this, and I'm really excited to check the game out, and maybe I'll actually do it on stream as well, because I've managed to talk my girlfriend into playing it in 2-player with me, and that might be something fun for us to stream over on Twitch. And if you want to see more of my takes on Sonic games, I have been playing through both of the Sonic Adventure games recently, and I am planning to do some RetroBreak replay videos on both of these, so definitely subscribe if you want to see them. I've had a fantastic time playing both of these games over on Twitch. Now next is another 2.5D platformer, and this is of course Super Mario Wonder. It's been so long since the last proper official 2D Mario game, about 10 years I think, if you don't count Mario Maker 2, so I'm very much looking forward to this. I love what they've done with the new art style. I think it just looks fantastic. It's full of charm and it's full of character, and I have seen a few rumours recently that it's actually going to be a more challenging Mario game as well, and I am all for that. I loved the fact that the original NES and SNES games were really challenging, but then in some of the later entries on the DS and the Wii, they really dumbed that difficulty down to give it that more family-friendly appeal. But I think the appeal of Mario was that trial and error approach to getting better at it over time, so I am really crossing my fingers that Mario Wonder ups the difficulty again, and I am very excited. Again, I'm planning on playing through this in multiplayer as well, so maybe that's another game I can stream later on in the year. And let me know down in the comments below whether you're as excited as I am about Super Mario Wonder. I'm such a massive fan of the 2D Mario games, so this one is right on the top of my wish list. And now for a follow-up to one of the most interesting games on the 3DS, and it's a game that I've never actually finished, so I do intend to go back and finish the first one on the 3DS before the sequel, Detective Pikachu Returns, comes out later this year for the Switch. And now, because this game's top of my mind, I've literally just came away from playing Pikmin 4 to make this video. This is of course Pikmin 1 and 2, because here in the UK we're actually getting a physical version of Pikmin 1 and 2 in September, so I'm really excited. And of course, as you know, if you look behind me or if you look on my channel, I'm a big advocate of physical games, so I'm really excited about getting those two in my physical Switch collection. and it won't be the first time I've played them. I've played them many times in the past on the GameCube and the Wii, but I'm so happy that more people are getting to experience those amazing games for themselves. Now for a few RPGs. The first one on my list here is the next part in the Final Fantasy VII Remake saga called Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And I'm really interested to see where they take the story, leading on from the end of that first game, where it took a wild turn in a direction I was not expecting. And the next RPG is one that I think looks absolutely incredible, and that is Star Ocean: The Second Story R, which I believe is a remake of the PSP version of the game, so another PSP remake on this list, but from what I've seen from the trailer, these graphics just completely blew me away the minute I set eyes on them, and I just want to play the game for that reason alone. But as well as that, I've also heard that it's one of the best RPGs ever made. It's got a really great story, really interesting cast of characters, so I'm definitely going to try at least to set some time aside to play through this Star Ocean game. And I've played some Star Ocean games in the past, and I have really enjoyed what time I've put into the series. I've heard that some of the newer ones aren't great, but I'm really interested in checking this one out. Let me know down in the comments below whether you've ever played the original Star Ocean Second Story before, or whether you're interested in playing this remake. And the third RPG here, and a game that I've not had any personal experience with whatsoever because it never came out here in the UK on the SNES. The only time we actually got it was on the Virtual Console, but I've never really put that much time into it. But I hear that everyone absolutely loves this game. Of course, this is Super Mario RPG. So I'm really excited to check out what it's all about, because I know some people are just absolutely obsessed with this game and all the characters, and I can't wait to experience that for myself. And the next one is, I was about to say Dragon Warrior Monster because I'm such a huge fan of the first two Game Boy Color games. I'm talking about Dragon Quest Monsters. I was so happy when this was shown off at the Nintendo Direct, because for those of you that don't know, in Japan, the Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior Monsters series actually kept going. The last one that we actually got here in the UK was back on the original DS, so I'm so happy that Square Enix is recognising the series and giving us a proper follow-up here in the UK. I don't know whether it will hold up to the memories that I have of these two games, but I definitely have my fingers crossed and I can't wait to check it out. These are two of my favourite RPGs of all time, and although I didn't really enjoy the DS games as much, I'm still really happy that a new one is actually coming out here in the UK, because we never actually got the remakes of these two Dragon Quest Monsters games. So it's great that Square Enix is bringing the series back to the UK, and I will definitely support it, and I really hope it lives up to my memories of these first two games here. And I think I'll wrap the video up there because I really want to go back and play Pikmin 4, honestly. So let me know down in the comments below which of these games sounded the most interesting to you, and of course let me know which games you're looking forward to in the rest of 2023 as well. That's all for now. Please comment, please subscribe. Of course, check out Patreon if you want to join everyone going up the side of the screen right there, and I'll see you all again very soon for the next episode. Goodbye.